Hello everyone, my name is Aida Tugonza, Group 7, and we were given scenario 1 about loan amortization schedule, where we were required to automate the loan application system as well as the repayment schedule for Shama Women's Circle, and we're told to use Excel VBA application, but here I'm already in VBA. But for those who don't know how to do this, you first open your Excel worksheet, you go to developer. When you go to developer, you go to Visual Basic, and then you'll achieve this. So we created our form by saying insert, and when you said insert, we said user form, but since we already created ours, this was our user form. We created a label for Shama Women's Circle, and we created label as well as for username and password because we were required to design a user login form that verifies valid usernames and passwords before accessing the loan entry system. So unauthorized users should be denied access, and they say that we set the username to BBC and the password to 2025. So that's why we created these two labels, username, password, as well as the text box where we are going to input add. And then we created a command button called login because it is this command button where we are going to put a VBA code that is going to either allow someone to access the system or to be denied access. So you double tap on login, and as you can see, we used dim, which is a short form for dimension, but it's used to declare variables, and we declared user as string, so the string form as in the same as like text. Then we assigned values to user me.username.value as well as the password. We specified this is now where the validity comes from. We say that if the user is equals to BBC and the password is equals to 2025, then a message box should pop up saying login successful, and when it comes, it should take this person directly to the loan entry form. That is the meaning of this line of code. Then we said else if these conditions are not met. For example, if someone puts in a wrong username or wrong password, then it should display that message box invalid username or password. Yes, that is what we did for the login form. And then we were told to also create a loan entry form. So we'll do the same process of insert. You create a user form, and this is our loan entry form. But let us first see how our form looks like. So this is the loan entry form, and we had been told details such as member ID, name, loan amount, interest rate, and the repayment period. So we created labels for this. We created text boxes as well. We are going to input our data, and of course we created a command button called submit because this is where our VBA code is going to be done. And for this form, we had been told that when the user clicks this button, the system should calculate the monthly repayment using the PMT function and save this record to our worksheet named loan applications. So when we come and we put on this command button, this is our VBA code that we used, and I'm going to start from here. I'll explain this later. But scheme, as I said, it's for declaring variables. So we declared member ID as string, name as string, one amount is double, as you can see here. Then we got to the point of creating the worksheet, and this is the code we used. And we also declared the sheet name, the worksheet name as string. When we said member ID is equals to trim, when we say the word trim means we're eliminating unnecessary spaces either before or after typing the text. And so we're trimming the spaces of the member ID value that we'll input, same as name. And the loan amount, this C means convert, then this is the data type. So we're basically telling that whatever we're putting into the loan amount should be converted to double. DPL stands for double, and we same for rate. Now you might be wondering what this means. This rate is supposed to be monthly because in our question we're told it's a monthly repayment schedule. So we are dividing by 100 to get a percentage, and then we're dividing by 12 because the year has 12 months to get the monthly rate. And then this is the same as our repayment period, and we say that everything that we put into this should be converted to long. LNG stands for long, and then where we're told calculate the monthly payment, we are going to say monthly payment is equals to, in order to call an inbuilt function, we use this text application.worksheet function. This is like calling upon this function, and we put the function as PMT, and then we put the formula of PMT, which is rate, term, and loan amount. We have used now the variables that we created here. Then we are trying to say here that whatever that we're doing here should be taken to the worksheet called Loan Applications. I hope we are still together then. Then we were taught to create an automated payment schedule that for each loan successful submission, the system should automatically create a new worksheet named after the member. And this is now where we did it from. Here, as you can see, we created here the sheet name supposed to be loan and the name of the person who is taking the loan. And we created the new worksheet here, and we say this workbook worksheet.add, and the worksheet name is loan applications. Then here we are like assigning values to the cells in this worksheet, and we used an array, meaning we are assigning values in this order. And then we were told this sheet should display columns for month, interest, principal, and ending balance. And this is what we did here. As you can see here, we created again. This is for the loan applications. Now this is for our worksheet, then that is loan and the person who's taking the loan, their name. So you can see we again used arrays. We used the columns month. Here we're assigning columns month, beginning balance, interest, principal, and ending balance. And we declared variables also in this worksheet. We said beginning balance as double, interest as double, principal as double, ending balance as double. And then, but then we're told we are going to calculate using inbuilt functions such as PPMT and IPMT. PPMT is going to be used to calculate the principal, and as you can see here, we say that the principal that is going to be displayed here is equals to, we call the worksheet function again, that application.worksheet function that PPMT, and we use the formula of PPMT. This negative sign should not confuse. This negative sign can either be here or on the loan amount, because we are dealing with a present value, so we put the loan this negative sign, but we put it here. And then the interest also, we did the same thing. We used IPMT, application.worksheet function. We called this function, we put in the formula, and then our ending balance is going to be the beginning balance minus the principal. And then here we again assigning values to the cells. These are the columns. Now these are the cells for these columns, and the first cell is going to have I here represents the repayment period, and then put months, or you can call it months, and then beginning balance, interest, principal, and ending balance. I hope you can see that. This is what I mean. These are the columns, these are the cells in those columns. Yes. And then we say that if all this is met, then the system should open up a message should pop up saying loan application and repayment schedule created successfully. And then we are told to create data validation and feedback, include input checks. Now this brings me back up here where we're saying that if the member ID is empty, or if the value of the name is empty, then this message box should pop up. And then if not is numeric, we're trying to say that if loan amount value, if it's less than or equals to 0, or if it's not a number, then this message box should pop up. The rest applies here. So we are going to run and see if our systems are working. So let's go to the login form. If we run this, you can see that it has displayed that the username was told to say BBC, password 2025, and if I say login, it's going to display this text, and if I say okay, it's going to take me straight to the loan entry form. So here, if I put in 234, I put in the name as Jill, I put in the loan amount as 1 million, the interest rate as 12, and the repayment period as 3, and I say submit, you can see that I say loan application and repayment schedule created successfully. If I say okay, and if I close this, you can clearly see, if I take you back here, you can see Jill's repayment schedule has been created. I hope I've provided enough insight. Thank you very much and have a nice day.